Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Crystal. This is Humble Brag.
Humble brag.
Humble Brag.
Oh, I have tea.
Once a housewife,
Always a housewife. Can we say that again for the people in the back?
Humble Brag.
Humble brag. Brag with us.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
So, today we're gonna have to start with something that we wanna. I don't even know how to start this.
I know.
I don't even know what to say.
We need to address the fact that Teddi Mellencamp is going through a very difficult time right now.
Yes.
I saw on her Instagram that she did a post about her cancer.
Yes.
I assumed, because I know it's been ongoing with like you know more about it than I do, like the stuff that's on her back,
Melanoma. Yeah.
and that's cancer as well, right?
Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
That's.
She had melanoma cancer. It's as
I
throughout
thought
the
they
last few
got that
months.
out. Like I feel like I keep seeing updates where she keeps going back, and I thought
Yeah,
they
like
got
cutting
it.
more. Yeah, so they'll find spots, and it seemed like it was successful, right?
Yes.
It just
Yes.
always seemed really positive. They would check
Yeah.
the spot. She was cancer free,
Yes. Yes.
and she posted yesterday that they found tumors in her brain, and that she was going to head into surgery. So, of course, I think people know that Teddy's the one that brought me in the show. So at the end
Yes.
of the day, whatever
Yes.
has happened, like we're still connected through a lot of people and each other.
Yeah.
So last night she had surgery.
Right.
I know she's in the hospital
Right.
now,
Mhm.
and I'm going to do it based on what she has said on her
Yes.
post.
Yes.
That the melanoma had spread to her brain. So I
Okay.
guess that's something that happens. I'm not an oncologist. I don't know much about cancer,
Yeah.
but I guess in my mind, melanoma was always on the skin.
Mhm.
But I guess the cells have now transferred to her brain, and so they found tumors, which makes sense because my dad had a certain type of cancer and then it spread. So
Mhm.
I guess cancer can
Right.
truly
It can.
spread
Yeah.
anywhere. It sounded like they removed some of the tumors last night, from what my friends have said, and the surgery went well. But I think now it's really about finding out what's sort of like left over and how she's going to handle that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that she's going to go through some kind of radiology or um, radiation. I mean, or some kind of chemo. But as she posted, she had some headaches. My friends had said that she had started getting
Yeah.
headaches maybe 3
Yeah.
weeks ago, but didn't address him, ignored it. And I said to my friends, like, they're like, why didn't she? They're so upset. Everyone's like
Yeah.
upset because you want to find out something early. And I said,
No, I.
when you're sick like that for so many years, you're tired
Yeah.
and you don't want
Mhm.
to think it's anything. So if you have a
Absolutely.
headache, you take some medicine and you're like, I'm
Right.
just tired,
And in normal situations, a headache is not that big of a deal.
That's
Like
right.
I had a really bad headache yesterday. I would never think, oh, I need to take this seriously.
That's right.
So I could see how that wasn't addressed.
Right.
It is just such a sad wake up call to find out this information,
Yeah.
because I'm all about I'm all about trying to be just proactive about like health, especially at this point, at this age in my life. And I for the people that don't know that watch the podcast, I met Teddy on Celebrity Big Brother.
Mhm.
And we really like connected. We laughed our butts off. Like we just had a good time together. And then I had an opportunity to co-host with her, to fill in for Tamara on Two T's, and I go do their tours. Like we have a friendship that is, it's just kind of our thing. We don't
Mhm.
hang out a lot outside of work, but I just meet people where they are, and she's definitely someone that I care about and I love. And I'm just really heartbroken that she's going through this, because I remember her showing me the thing on her back like a few years ago when it was just beginning.
Yeah.
And to even think that it has spread and gone to this level is devastating. What I was thinking about, Crystal? Jeff actually turned me on to the people from Prenuvo to
Mhm.
go get that scan, and I did it last year, and I just can't say enough, like, how much peace of mind that gave me. Like, I knew I kinda had a hernia, which I still gotta get removed, but, like, just, like, they looked in my brain everywhere. When I
Yeah.
tell you, if anyone wants to give me that gift, that is literally the gift of life, to just
Yes.
know that you're okay, because they literally can detect everything. I'm surprised that considering her health, issues, that she didn't have that scan.
I've done Prenuvo, so, like, I've had the basic scan just as a
How long
baseline.
ago did you do it?
I did it maybe 6 months ago with Rob.
And did they find anything?
Minor stuff, degeneration of my knees. I actually talked about it with Jeff on the show.
Okay.
And, but I got to go to my doctor and we read through
Yeah.
it and he's like, "This is all just like you're 40 and like this is what
Right.
happens and
Right.
everything else looks good." And I think it's great to have some kind of baseline. That's why I guess for me, but it wouldn't be a top of mind that if you have skin cancer that you would go
That
get your brain scan. So,
exactly, that's what I
but
was trying to figure out.
it's
Like,
everything is sort of like you
you
think you
wouldn't
should
think
have
that
done
t
it or not, or,
yeah.
it's all speculation and it's all like, what if?
Yeah.
But now she's here and she's currently at the hospital and I will probably find out later today more. But
Yeah.
it's so sad. I feel just sad because the last few months of her life has been such
Yeah.
chaos with the divorce and all that stuff that happened with other people, and but it's just really the
A lot of
kids, I don't
stress.
know, too much
A
stress in the
lot of stress,
body.
and stress is not
Stress
stress is
is
no one's friend.
toxicity in the body,
Yeah.
and the amount of
Stress
stress
is
that
no
she's
one's
been going
friend.
through, and
Yeah.
her family and her
Mhm.
children. I mean, she has
Oh
3
my
young
god.
kids. Her eldest is Max's age. I mean, I
Oh
can't
my
even
god.
imagine, and so I think it's really important that we talked about it,
Yeah.
because, um,
Have you reached out?
I texted her yesterday, but she was
Okay.
already in surgery,
Okay.
so I just no don't expect anything back. I just wanted her to know that I
Yeah,
was
I
thinking of
just found out about it yesterday. I was, filming, something actually with Dorit. That's a whole 'nother story, but, and I was wondering, like, again, we're friends. I just like to give people space when they're going
Of
through stuff.
course.
So I'm like, I don't expect a text back, obviously, but,
Yeah.
uh, after we do this, I just don't know what to say. Like,
You know what? I
what is
think I mean, health is very different than, like, the fires, but, we talked about it last time. It was, like,
yeah,
just reaching out, but without any
yeah.
expectation and letting them know there's no
Like,
pressure.
just sending you love and
Yes, but
hugs.
I wasn't sure, but my friends had said, "Text her."
Yeah.
Like, they're all together at the hospital
Yeah.
right now,
Immediately,
so
I just wanted to call, which would not make
yeah,
any sense because she's even if like, she's not gonna like,
yeah, no.
that's just dumb, but
But
that
I've
was my
seen everything
initial
online that it's
reaction,
very supportive, and,
and
this
I
kind of
love
world can
that.
be quite toxic, but I feel like,
Yes.
people are really doing the right thing right now and writing
Yes.
positive things, and at the
That
end of the
makes me
day,
happy, yeah.
her health affects so many people around her
Yeah.
that matter, and they should also be, prayers up for everybody involved because she's just too young to have to be dealing
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw a video somewhere. I don't think I saw it on her page, but I saw her in the hospital, and I saw that Kyle was there,
Yeah.
and, her ex-husband was there, and she had her village there, and that really made me happy, but, of course, true to Teddy, she was, like, being really funny and just her funny self. I was like, "God," even with something like this, she always tries to find the funny
Yeah.
and just try to laugh,
Yeah.
you
You have
know?
to. Like, that's the only way to
Yeah,
survive, I think.
yeah,
If she can find an ounce of positivity or joy and or
yeah.
laugh, then, like, God,
Yeah,
that's, like, the only
I
gift.
I love that. I love Teddy's, sense of humor, and, Teddy, just know that we are praying for
Yes.
you, and your family and your friends and everyone that's going through
Yeah.
this journey with you, and, just wishing you the best, like, speedy recovery, like, just all good news, all love and light and
Yes.
positivity, and, I just love you, and I'm sorry that you're going through this.
And I also think that it's really important to mention to our listeners that, don't ignore
No,
don't ignore things that are happening.
absolutely. It's
They are
so true.
signs to let you know it's not always
Yeah,
bad, but it's, check in with your health, check
you
in with
do.
yourself. If something feels off, it's
Mhm.
because it's off.
Yeah.
And it's a lesson for me. I'm the opposite of a hypochondriac. I tend to ignore everything.
Yeah.
And,
Same.
it's part of denial. It is.
Mhm.
And also just you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. You don't even
And
want the bad news,
yeah,
and then you don't even you don't want any of it,
that's right.
really.
And that's what I was telling,
Yeah.
her best friend, like, why didn't she say something?
Yeah.
And I was like, she's tired.
Yeah, and
Like,
she's busy, she's
yeah.
working, she's got kids, she's going through a lot, like, I don't
Yeah.
even know if she is in her living situation because the last I heard she was
She's with
staying with
Kyle.
Kyle,
Yeah.
so that's just a lot, like, that's just a
It's a
lot.
lot.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Dealing
That's
with
a
a
lot.
public divorce and all these things. It's just like you have a headache, of course. Like you
Yeah.
feel like that's related to your stress. You're
Yeah.
tired and you're exhausted. And
And
So
it's
yeah,
not normal to not have a headache
that's
from
right.
time to time, but I guess, like, the warning sign was the fact that, they were, like, getting really bad and consistent, so
Yeah.
if it's ongoing, then you
At
definitely
this rate,
need to
it's
be
been
proactive.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay, like, I'm horrible about stuff like that. I would have gone, I think,
Yeah.
if it had been that consistent. You know, strokes run in my family, like, literally, like, so many people in my family have had strokes, so I'm
Wow.
always anytime I feel, like, tingling in my
Tingling, yeah.
arm or numbness or anything go to my spine, I'm
Yeah, you gotta
always
check it
thinking
out.
I'm having a stroke, basically,
Right, right.
and I don't even wanna put that into the universe, but,
No,
I'm
but
just
that's
always
really important for you to
mindful
recognize that.
of things like that because I'm like, "Okay, this is something that I need to be aware of
Yeah,
and be conscious of and actually be proactive if I'm feeling, certain symptoms that are stroke related."
yeah. Wow. Well, like you said, we're sending her lots of love and prayers and for her and her whole family, and hopefully this is the worst of it
I
and
hope so.
things can recover.
God, it makes me so sad. It's
Mm.
I just I didn't even I feel like part of me didn't even want to read the post because it's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
I think, as housewives, anytime I don't care what is happening with anyone, there's just a certain bond and a
yeah,
sisterhood that we all share. And, I may not be super close with a lot of them, but I
yeah.
always
There's a
root for
connection.
them.
Yeah,
That connection is undeniable, and I always wish them well,
yes.
and I just, it's like you always say, it's like a little sorority,
Yeah,
like, we all whether we're besties or not, we always
yes.
want to see each other win
I totally agree.
and
I
be
totally agree.
healthy.
Let's be positive for
Okay.
her.
Yes.
Cynthia, I've been wanting to talk to you about something.
What?
Bread. I love it so much, but it's not fitting into my health goals this year. That's why I love eating hero bread.
Hero bread. I love it. Switching to hero bread has allowed me to focus on my health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience I love guilt-free.
I love feeling free of guilt, especially when I can still enjoy a nutritious breakfast wrap, avocado toast, grilled cheese, or family burger night.
The craziest thing, Hero Bread's products are delicious and flavorful, but have ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and are high in fiber.
It's truly life changing, and the range of products available is nothing short of incredible, with sliced bread, tortillas, bagels,
Mm,
and dinner rolls. The dinner rolls are especially fantastic, as you know how much I love to entertain.
That I do, Crystal. That I do. Plus, with Hero Bread, I'm able to cut down on sugar, add more protein to my diet, and increase my fiber intake, all while enjoying a delicious, soft, and fluffy piece of bread.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Have you tried their 4-gram net carb bagel?
I love the 4 gram net carb bagel. With a little peanut butter, it's the best way to start my day. And they have monthly small batch drops of indulgent favorites like that delicious bagel with new surprises coming this year.
I cannot wait, and neither should you. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. So go to hero.co and use code HUMBLE at checkout. That's humble at HERO.co.
The start of a new year is the perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most. For me, a top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever thanks to Rocket Money. My goals feel achievable. They show me all of my subscriptions right in one place and help me cancel the ones that I forgot I've been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across all of my different accounts so I can clearly track my spending habits and see where I can cut back.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones that you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them.
Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. Get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget.
The new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Pay off credit card debt, put away more money for a house, or just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/humblebrag today. That's rocketmoney.com/humblebrag. rocketmoney.com/humblebrag.
Being healthy doesn't necessarily mean hitting the gym constantly or dieting. Being healthy is all about taking care of your whole body in a way that makes sense for you and your lifestyle. Me personally, I love hiking. What other way can you burn calories while chatting it up with the girls?
Great point. And do you want to know how to make that hike with the girls even better?
How?
With Cymbiotika. If you're a regular listener, you know by now that we're obsessed with Cymbiotika's liposomal vitamin C. It's a daily must-have for supporting collagen production and boosting immunity.
We also love taking their magnesium L-threonate to wind down at night. Their liquid packets utilize cutting-edge liposomal technology to deliver better absorption for better results. It keeps us feeling our absolute best, and the vanilla flavor tastes so good.
It's delicious. I can't get enough of it. Plus, Cymbiotika helps you maintain healthy habits all year long, no matter what your goals are, supporting everything from your energy, digestion, immune system, and mood. Their liquid travel size packets are perfect for when you're on the go.
It only takes 30 seconds a day to get all the nutrients you need. I just throw a few in my purse, walk out the door, and I'm all set. It's truly the easiest thing I've done for my health. I'm telling you guys, when you take this stuff regularly, you'll see and feel a difference.
Cymbiotika is one of the most trustworthy brands out there. They never compromise on quality and sourcing. Their products are free from seed oils, preservatives, toxins, or artificial additives. It's something you can taste and feel in every packet.
That's why we love partnering with Cymbiotika, and we have a special offer just for our humble braggers. Go to Cymbiotika.com/humble for 20% off and free shipping. That's Cymbiotika.com/humble to claim 20% off plus free shipping today. Okay. I'm sorry. You distracted me a little bit because you said you were Dorit.
I was.
Speaking of
Okay, well, that's a
housewives.
good way to pivot. Speaking of other housewives. So I did a commercial for Bravo. I don't know how much I can say, but it
Yeah.
was something for Bravo, and it was with Dorit.
Okay, and how was she?
She was great.
Okay.
She
Good.
was great. You know, I told you I've been in situations where I've, seen her at like different Bravo events, but we've never really had a chance to really
Yeah.
talk or connect. I think we even follow each other.
It's funny because
Um,
I remember like one of our first pods, you had said like the one person that you didn't connect with was her.
Yes.
But I knew she'd be nice because I know she doesn't listen to one thing. She
Yeah.
doesn't go on her social media at all. Like
Right.
she doesn't do any of it. It's someone else does it. So like she
Right.
has no idea what's out there. She
Right.
doesn't, and she does that smartly to like protect her peace.
Right.
But she's
Because
very like
that is smart, actually.
yeah, she like has no idea what's going on out there. She
Not
like
a bad idea.
she like she films and then she like leaves.
She's in her own bubble.
She's
She
in
does
her
her
own
own
bubble. She very much lives in I think that's what we talked about. She
Yeah.
lives in a very small bubble of
Yeah.
hers. But you know what? If you can be happy living like that, then more power to you.
Well, you
because
know what?
I
You
don't.
got to do what works for you. And I will say, I think to your point, the main reason why I never felt like we connected, we never just we've just never really talked or
Yeah.
had like that moment, like, oh, your kid is going through. Like there was just never
Yeah.
a moment to be pulled into like a
Yeah.
real conversation. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of the times I see the other ladies, it's pretty surface kind of
course.
conversation because they're like,
Well,
oh,
it's also
hi,"
like on
you know?
camera, so you're only kind of talking about what is like you're supposed to
Yeah,
talk
and there's
about.
like a million people around. Like you cannot have connection with anyone at BravoCon.
Yeah.
it's like
I know.
a-
There's none. It's like, hi, nice to see you. I see you on that show. And you're all in the
Exactly.
same umbrella.
Exactly.
But there's like, you don't really, it's so rare to connect. That's why I
Yeah.
love connecting.
which is
'cause I'm
which is great when there is like
it's
oh,
the
wait a
best.
minute, like
Yeah.
we are gonna actually call each other and we
But I
are going
legit
to do lunch.
can't imagine you have anything in common with her.
Well, you know what? I have to say, we had a great time shooting yesterday. She
Good.
was fun. She was like easy. At one point
Was she on time?
she was on time.
Oof. That's good enough
To
for
my
me.
knowledge, I believe she was on time. I was in my dressing room. She was in hers. I didn't see her until I it was time to go on set. I was like running to the bathroom and I passed. I was like, oh, hey, and she was like, hi, whatever. But what I loved was it was a long day. It was
Okay.
like a 12-hour day.
Oof.
And there was no point where
Was it just two of you?
yeah.
Okay.
There was no point where like we were in it. Like she had to do her stuff. I did my stuff. We did our stuff together. At one point they were having some technical issues and they had to actually delay it even another hour.
Oof.
And we had been there since 6 a.m. And she was a team player. She was like, they were like, do you guys mind staying? We're like, yeah, of course. Like we want to get it done. So
Yeah.
we were in it. We were in it
Yeah, I've
together.
never seen her like not be a team player like that.
Yeah.
Like, she's like
Yeah,
she was yeah, not always. Like, I use that word too much. She
What
could be
word?
late. She could be late sometimes.
Okay. Well,
But she worked. Like she worked.
She put in the time. I
Yeah,
don't know
she's a
what time
worker.
she got there,
Yeah.
but I know that she definitely put in. We
Well,
had
I'm
a
glad
long day.
you liked her.
But I did talk to her a little bit about, it's like, congrats on the show, and I'm sorry that you're going through your divorce and, all those things like that. And I told her, I know Bose from, before Housewives.
Well, that's my question.
And I said, I love your friendship with Bose.
And
I went to
are you
Ghana
surprised that they
with
have
her
become
crew.
friends?
I didn't see it coming. But when I tell you, I'm kind of obsessed with the friendship. I really am.
I know you
Wait,
are.
what were you going to say about Bose?
Well, what's interesting was Bose was brought on via Sutton.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I think that's like people need to like realize like people don't know each other.
Well, you know what I can say, and I said this to Dorit, I think I said this to her, that friendship shifted the whole dynamic of that group in a lot of ways, because I don't think anyone saw that friendship coming.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone saw Dorit coming this season because she definitely came in hot. You know what I mean?
So I remember Bose had filmed, this is early, like Sutton called me and said, oh, I'm filming with Bose. Like I'm introducing her as my friend. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I thought like, why? Like, you never know why. Like, why do they pick Sutton to do that? Like, what's the...
Well, they gave me Nene.
Right. So it's like, why?
Didn't know until we met.
Yeah.
Until they, arranged for us to
Right.
meet. I told you guys that
like, this is my
backstory.
friend. And then it's like, the audience just accepts that. But I'm like, but like, she already has Jennifer coming on. She already has Garcelle.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Dorit was on an island entering the season.
Yeah.
So like, why did Sutton bring Bose on? That in itself is odd to me. But
I think I saw somewhere.
But it makes sense that they
in
connected.
the interview or on the show. I think Sutton actually knew her before.
I don't think so.
Oh, you didn't? I felt like she said
that could.
They have they're in the same circles or something.
No.
Okay, well, girl, I don't know. Don't get me the line. Do not get me the line.
No. Okay. I don't think that's true. By the way, I could be totally wrong. I'm just going to say that, like, disclaimer on the bottom. Like, if you tell they could have been like
could
sorority.
Be wrong.
Yeah, could be wrong. Sorority sisters. But from what I remember, it was like, oh, I'm introducing this girl, like the new girl. I was like, okay, great. So that's why I just thought it was interesting that makes me feel like their connection is real because she wasn't introduced with Dorit.
Absolutely.
They just, and now all I see is like Bose versus Sutton online. Like they don't like each other. So
really?
I've
seen, that's so interesting because I've mostly seen Bose.
By the way, now I'm just
Kyle.
a regular audience. Like I just see clips. I don't watch it. So like, again, I'm like a victim of clickbait. And like, that's all I see is like, oh, Bose is coming for Sutton. Bose always defends
I keep
Dorit.
seeing Bose coming for Kyle.
I see that too.
That's what I've seen the most. I didn't realize that she had smoked with Sutton too. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's like comes for Sutton in defense of Dorit.
Well, she's definitely very protective of Dorit. And I believe this friendship. I do.
By the way, I love that. Real friendships on the show are so rare. So if
you got to hold on. You got to run toward that because if you actually have a real connection with someone on a show filming, especially if you meet filming, because I'm pretty sure she and Dorit met filming and not outside of filming.
For sure. Girl, for sure.
Dorit wasn't in Ghana with us.
There's no way that those girls knew each other before.
I think I would have remembered if she was on the Ghana trip.
No way. But it's funny. I've always been rooting for Bose and Tilly
Me too.
this whole time.
I think she's a great addition to the
which
cast,
I think it's good for Dorit because Dorit is like sometimes gets her foot stuck in her mouth. So having Bose by your side is a very good thing for Dorit, and so it actually makes me like, oh, like if I like, it's so weird. I literally just filmed a year ago, but yet I'm like watching it like an audience member. I'm like, oh, maybe I could like Dorit now as an audience member. Like I think their relationship is good. Like
they're the odd
very
couple, like you and I are in a lot of ways.
We're less odd.
We're becoming less odd. Well, I thought we were odd until I realized that your ass was crazy, which I didn't realize until we started doing humble breaks together.
Now
we're not that odd at all.
So maybe they realize they're both crazy together.
Yeah,
and now they're like.
I mean, I saw Dorit go to her birthday party in New York. I saw her go to Watch What Happens Live with her. She sat in the audience. I mean, shit, I don't even know if I would even do that for you. Like, you're about to go.
I'm wondering.
I love you, girl, but I don't know. I'm getting ready to fly to New York with you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would. Like, that's real. That's your girl.
Real. But by the way, I would never expect you to fly to New York.
I'm definitely going to go to, I will go to the end of the earth with you for sure.
Would. But I do find, it was like at first, like it made no sense. But I think
sometimes that's when it makes sense.
But it's so nice for Bose because coming on a show, I think what's really hard, and which was what happened with me, is that if you don't have a partner, you need
You need at least one
you
friend.
need someone.
At least
And
one.
my problem was like, so for them, like Dorit's on an island.
Yeah. Who brought,
right?
okay, Teddi brought you on, but then Teddi ended up leaving, right? So
Yeah.
who,
So they fired Teddi. And then I was like, and I was 6 months into like the process, right? They kept calling me. My interview process was so long because it was COVID.
Yeah.
So they never even knew if they were going to go back to filming. So like
Right.
they call me like once a month.
Right.
They're like, oh, we want to get you back on a Zoom. I'm like, you called me a month ago. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
And then I wouldn't hear from them. Like, okay, well, I'll just go back to doing nothing in my
Right.
house in the dark. You know, it was like such a weird, I think other people's auditioning experience is much different than
Yeah.
mine. Like they go in to meet people. I never
Yeah.
did anything.
No, you
I didn't
had
meet
like
a
a very
person.
unique audition.
Extremely.
Well, the whole, even how you came on the show, it was COVID. It was all these things happening.
So weird. It was so
The
weird.
whole 14 Friends thing. Like you just, it was like a miracle you even made it on
I
the
know.
show.
I can't even.
And then Teddi brought you in, then she wasn't on it anymore.
Correct.
It's like,
So
so who did you go to after Teddi left? Like
So
who
Teddi-
became your friends?
So what happened was, so Teddi got like, she brought me on, and then it was, so that was March when I got the call. And then it was like summer when Kathy called me. And that's when she was trying to convince me to do it. Like,
Got it,
I want
got
to
it,
do
got
it.
it,
You
got
do
it.
it, and I'll do it
Yep,
together.
yep, yep.
And I remember, oh, it's so funny. That got clickbait when we did our podcast a couple weeks ago, that like Crystal, like Kathy only did it because Crystal did it. Like, that's not, I don't think that's actually true. But she said to me on the phone, like,
Right.
like, I'll do it if you do it.
Right.
Would she have done it without me? Probably. But that's what she said to me because we're
Right.
friends.
That was a real conversation.
And I remember Rob's like, do you need to call Kathy? Is she going to be mad? I'm like, no. Like,
she said it.
Like,
If
she
if
said it.
She said it.
She said it. Like,
and
she
I don't
was-
think Kathy's like, she doesn't strike me as the type of person. And again, I met her at your birthday
Yeah.
party and she was so lovely. She doesn't strike me as the type of person to be like, wow, why would Crystal say, like,
No.
I don't think she gives a shit.
She does if you say something hurtful.
Yeah.
She does.
Which she won't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, no, that's what happened. And I said to Rob, like, that's what happened. He goes,
Yeah.
well, you know, you don't want her to think you're using her for, I'm like, I just
Oh my
said the story.
God.
I know Rob is so protective of, because he has such PTSD what happened to me. He's so protective of me.
Well, it can make you a little paranoid.
He's
like,
very paranoid
how the-
on my behalf.
some of
Like,
the
he
ladies
doesn't
move.
want me to like upset my friends
Yeah.
because of me. And I'm like, I get
Right.
it. But anyway, so like, I'm having lunch with her next week. It's totally fine. I love her.
Yeah.
But like, so what happened was when that happened, that, because I don't know how casting works,
Mhm.
that was never an inkling to me that something was happening with Teddi. Never. I was just
Mm.
like, oh my God, I'm going to know more people.
Yeah.
Like, yay, right? And then we kept going. And then I think I got called mid-September to do it. And then all of a sudden I see there's things that she's not coming back online. But then they were saying that like random people were joining the show.
Right.
That was like Tori Spelling was doing
Yeah,
the
there's
show.
always crazy rumors
Crazy
surrounded
rumors.
around
It's
like
all
who's coming
nonsense.
back, who's not coming back, who's
Nonsense.
filming, who's not filming.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally filmed like one scene. Like, well, I actually filmed two scenes and one day didn't actually show the scene. And then everyone was like, oh, you're joining Beverly Hills. I was never joining Beverly Hills.
Right, exactly.
Like, I
know.
never, and I don't
Yeah.
even live in Beverly Hills.
But what I think it is I think the writers want something to write about.
Yeah.
So I think they just write nonsense.
But you'll be surprised the amount of interviews that I did having to shut down the fact that, like, hey,
You
I
were
love
doing
Beverly Hills, but I'm not
Yeah.
trying to get on Beverly Hills.
You be good at it.
Love the. I'm good. I'm
You've seen the
I'm
people.
good.
Wait, so fast forward. So anyway, so what happened was that one day I see this thing that, and then she posts, I'm not coming back.
Mhm.
And Rob literally texted me, well, now you don't have to worry about it. Like, cause I was so nervous. I didn't know if I wanted to do it. So he's like, don't worry, you're not going to get the show because
Right.
she's gone.
Right.
The next day I get a call. Can you jump on a Zoom? And I was at my friend's house and I'm like, oh, this is my official firing before I got hired.
Right.
And then
You're
they're
like,
like,
let me do a tequila shot
Yeah,
first
and I'm
before you guys give me the bag. Like, you're like literally getting fired before you can even get hired.
Yes.
It's like that movie. Did you? Of course, you watch Fridays, right? It's like, how do you get fired on your day off?
exactly.
Like, I didn't even get on there yet.
So I
They're
was like,
already kicking my
this
ass off.
is it. This is I'm getting fired. And they're like, you're the new housewife. And I was like, what? And I was like, what happened to Teddi? And they're like, you know, that's not about you. Like, this is about, I'm like, oh my God. So
Crazy.
that was crazy. I did not expect that because I was like already kind of dealing with like, oh, I'm not going to do the show. It's fine. And then I go on with Kathy. The problem is that, so I think they're like Crystal and Kathy are pairing up, right? Kathy is like, brings me on as her friend, introducing me to her sister.
Mhm.
Easy transition. This was the era where like Kathy and Kyle were trying to heal. Like they hadn't talked for, I think, honestly, 10 years
Oh, wow.
before we started filming.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They hadn't talked for how long?
I think 10 years. By the way,
Okay.
again, disclaimer, it could be
Okay,
10 days.
allegedly.
This was when they stopped talking.
But it was that long?
It was a long time.
I remember, like, hearing about, like, the big fallout, but I
This was
didn't
the fallout.
realize that they actually had not talked for years. How many ever years it was?
Many, many years. So
Wow.
So the thing is like, I can't go in with this ally because she's trying to heal.
Right.
And so that was kind of weird because
And
Kyle's
you're coming in
best
with the
friends,
person that she's healing from.
Kyle's also best friends with Teddi,
Yeah.
who now
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
not her favorite person now.
Again, it's like a miracle you ever made it
Oh
onto
my
the show.
God. Yeah. So
Like, when I say there was like 100 obstacles to keep him getting on that damn show.
it was just not.
It was like one thing after the
I
other.
think Kyle could not like me automatically because
Okay.
I now represented why her best friend's not on the show.
Right.
Even though I genuinely don't believe it was about me, it's just anyone would have had that kind of sort of target on their back, So here I am trying to navigate that. Garcelle and Sutton, this is only their second year. They're now starting to establish.
Did they come on together the same year?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So they're the newbies together. They're
Okay.
trying to establish their friendship.
Yeah.
Erica now is like, week 2, she's like, I'm getting divorced. And then a week later, suddenly, like, something's going on with her husband. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
This is. And then Rinna and Dorit. And it was a mess for me. And I'm like, I'm Homer trying to like get back into the trees.
Where's
like
the tree?
I want nothing. I want nothing to do with this chaotic show.
Let me be the tree, Lord. Let me be a tree right now.
Yeah, like I'm in the school play. I'm the tree. And I acted like the tree. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
So that's what happened.
Wow.
Whatever. So that's
I think that had you gone back, or like I like to say, the queen of manifestation, when you go back, my prediction is that you and Bose, you guys would have and would be great friends. I think you would really like her.
I do. I think I would. Bose is someone I would fuck with.
And I'm not even going to rule out Dorit. Dorit is a different person right now. She is
like
not.
that.
I don't
Good.
think she's the person.
Can I tell you? She needs to be for me to be friends with her.
Okay. Well, hey, I'll take it.
She does.
I felt like this is a new woman. And people change and people evolve. And, her whole life has changed. She's going through a divorce. Like,
well, I hope Bose
those
has
things
helped her.
Because I'll
tell you, she was my first friend. She's the person I like most.
Dorit was your. Oh,
yeah.
So Dorit was the one that you liked
Connected
and grabbed
with.
it and that you connected with. Okay.
We would off camera.
I love that this is turning into like a whole housewife thing.
I know, whatever.
I had like a whole surprise I got to do. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. We're not gonna
it's so early, girl. But like she and I connected the most. We were the one with young kids, and her daughter and Zoe would always go to each other's birthday parties. We were like good.
Mm-hmm.
We were really good walking into last season. Like we were friends, but then she sort of saying weird things to me that like insulted me about like child bride and all that stuff like that. I was like, yo, come on.
Oh, okay.
Like,
all right.
Rob looks younger than.
All right, I'm going to leave that alone.
So,
and
like,
I'm going to say,
kind of
when you go back, I definitely
I hope Bose
know that, like,
giving her some tips.
Like, you'll meet Bose anyway, because
For sure.
I invited her to come on you already met her.
I've met Bose.
When did you meet Bose? Because I invited her to come on the podcast.
She didn't come on. She better come on. You got her.
I'm excited for her to come. She said she would.
We only met once, but we met at the Intuit opening.
Okay.
And it was Bruno Mars. We went to the show.
Okay.
And we were in like the party area. And I saw her and she came up right up to me.
Yeah, she has a big presence, don't you think?
Massive presence.
Like,
that's the thing though. I don't. So like, it's like, what? Like, wow. But
okay, hold on a second. Okay.
I know we talk about this.
Okay, I don't know if you have the biggest presence in the world, but you do have presence when you walk in. You do. Now,
I don't have Bo's presence.
I don't have Bose's presence. Yeah. The two of us together wouldn't have Bose's presence.
Yeah, she has a lot. Yeah,
like the first time I even saw her, Crystal, I was like, wow. Like she just literally soaked up all the air out of the room. She's one of those people that you're like, who is that, and how do I not know this person?
Yes.
So continue.
By the way, I 100% agree with you. I think that she and I would be friends. And I think she and I would be good friends.
Yes.
I just respect her. I like her vibe.
Yes.
There's something about her that I connect with.
Yeah.
So she came right up to me and she's like, I have been dying to meet you. And I said,
see?
That's so sweet. And this was in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that they were just starting to film. And she's like, I just want to know your advice. and I
Yep.
gave her my wholehearted advice,
Yes, you
and it
did.
was
Mhm.
such a great and I met her
Yep.
daughter, and she met my family, and it was like, my children, the corn children, like, "Hello, Miss"
Hello. Very nice to meet
Yeah, she's like,
you.
"You have"
Mommy, can we go to the restroom now? Okay, mommy, we're back from the restroom. I was like, so Max.
But she's like,
Oh my gosh,
"You
she just
have
had a
been"
birthday party too. You
Yeah.
got to give me 2 seconds on her
I will,
birthday
I
party.
will. She turned 10 yesterday. But, she was like, "You have the most polite children." And I thought,
Until you
Cynthia
come over for movie night and Zoe's literally
so
running the
crazy,
house.
crazy. But it was such a lovely,
Well, that's good.
way to connect. No, it
That's
was
good.
super
I
great.
think what you connected with Bose is she's real. She's real. She is
Real.
unapologetically who she is.
Yes.
She is her own force
Yes.
in every way.
Yes. I'm a
And
fan.
I love when people are just, this is it.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. This
Yeah.
is who I am. She's direct. She doesn't hold back.
Yes.
I think she is a great addition to the cast of
Yes.
the Beverly
I'm
Hills
very excited for her.
Housewives. And I
I
think
hope she runs that show.
listen, I predict if she stays on there long enough,
She can
she
shift
will
that
be
show.
running that show
She
for
can
sure.
shift it, and it needs a shift,
And
I
it
think.
needed a shift. I
Yeah.
felt like that. And she is a shifter.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, those ladies will be in Ghana in no time. They're
love-
going to be, I can't wait to see them
Well,
in
that's the
Africa
only reason
together.
why I want to be back on the show if I can go to Ghana.
Yes, you should.
Because
Like,
that would be amazing.
yeah, would you be open to going back? I don't even know if we talked about this because I'm just determined to get you back on the show at this point. Would you?
So is everybody. Everyone calls me about it.
We want your ass back on there. Would you entertain a friend role? Or would you only
Yes.
accept Housewives? Because you got a lot of stuff going on. And again, this friend role thing is
No.
the new
I think it's
thing here.
You
It's
have
good.
completely convinced me.
Yes.
And
Gretchen's going back as a friend. I told you that she called me before
Yes.
she decided. And I was like, girl, get your ass back on Bravo and do your other 800 hustles on the side.
By the way, I know we just did a podcast with her.
Yes.
I am so shocked that they asked her back as a friend, only because she's married. Is it Slade?
Yes.
And she has a baby or a
think
little
it's Slade.
kid. Slade, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think he was such a big part of her time on Housewives.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he
He
fought with
was.
the wives. People didn't like him.
Yep.
Very controversial. So
It was kind of like my first husband. Like
Oh,
Peter was in it. Like
Okay.
he was all in it. He was
so
like,
it's shocking to me that they would bring her back without him.
yeah, and she has great stories. She has
Oh,
a
she
great
does.
family. She has so much going on.
But I will say, in my mind, because I used to watch Orange County, like I told her, like I went to UC Irvine, so like it was like around the corner outside my
Mhm.
door, and it was like my introduction to Housewives as a teenager, as a high schooler or whatever, college student. And now I'm like, I just think of her attached to him.
Yeah. No, they like
how does she
go together.
go?
It's like
Yeah.
Gretchen and Slate.
So I also think of myself like that. Like my presence is with my family,
Right.
like with Rob, So
Yeah.
like I don't like how would that work? But
Well, and kind of
my
with me
family
now.
would be so.
I'm gonna put myself in that. I feel like it's like you and Robin now. It's like you and I now. It's a humble brag.
Aww.
Yes.
Day before
Yes.
Valentine's Day week. That's very cute. I love that.
Yes.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love that, and I think Rob would agree. Like that's your
Yeah.
new wifey.
Yeah. I probably talk to you as much as he does at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of work stuff. So.
But so yeah, I would consider that. I mean, like I said, I don't think today is the day to do it. But like, if that's a generalized question,
Yeah.
yes, I think
You're open.
open.
To
I
either-
think 2
either
years
way.
ago, I remember when I got the call,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm not going to be a friend. And they said, no, yours is full time. Like, you're a full housewife. Like, we're not considering you for that. I'm like, oh, okay. Today, I'd be like, just letting you know, I'm only looking at her. I think you've
Well, I think
totally
that-
shifted the narrative for me. And I think it's like
Yeah.
a great role.
And I think Kathy would tell you the same thing. You know,
Kathy wouldn't even consider full time.
Well, see, there you go.
Never.
Like she's really standing 10 toes down on the friend.
Oh,
role,
yeah.
for sure.
She's like, literally, her schedule, like, she'll fly in to do one thing and she's
Yeah.
like, I'm out. Like,
yeah, and I
what
kind
a
of feel like they
dream.
probably just work around her whole life.
Yes, they do.
Like, Kathy,
But
did
I
you
just,
feel like
like,
filming today.
when you're full time, it is truly full time job.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
That's
And
a
I've
lot.
talked about
It
this podcast for
is.
years.
Yeah,
And like, I just
it
couldn't
would
do
not
it.
have happened.
Impossible.
Had you been full time.
Yeah. So I think that 100%, like, that's like the role of a lifetime. But
Don't knock the friend role, girl. That's all I can tell
It's
you.
the best.
And I'm
But-
really happy that you're open to it now.
not today. No. do
Yeah.
they?
No,
I'm just being
you
really
you
honest.
just left, like, yesterday, it feels
I
like
know,
still.
it's crazy. People are like, "You wanna go back?" I'm like, "Yo, the season
Yeah.
is only halfway through." Like, I'm literally it just happened.
You know what's so funny? I was in my
Do you hear
hotel.
my belly growling?
Is it growling?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Well, I ate a bagel.
Well, it's gone.
It's digested. I'm like, I thought I ate
It's
it.
time to put some more gas in
By
the
the way,
tank.
do you want 2 seconds of Zoe's birthday party?
Yes,
So I
2
threw this
seconds.
birthday party for her at this place called Slumu. It's like slime place. And I had 60 people and I ordered 4 dozen bagels.
Yes.
But I accidentally put in 2 quantity. So I ordered 8 dozen bagels. So I'm
Oh, you got a lot of
committed to
bagels.
eat a bagel every day, every morning.
You
Because
should have brought us some bagels
I
over
know,
here.
I'm so dumb. So I'm literally like, Rob's like, "Did you get your bagel?" I'm like, "I got my bagel in today."
Oh my goodness.
Because he's like, "Just leave it there. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot keep all these bagels with us." But
Yeah.
I'm like, "I will not waste $1."
No,
So I'm
no,
eating a
those
bagel
bagels
every
will
day.
get eaten for
So-
sure. How did Zoe enjoy the party?
Loved it.
She's 10.
She's 10.
So
We
what
went-
does that mean? 10 years old. Wow.
She's
So
like
what
double
privileges, what new
digits.
privileges come with 10 in this era? Because
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
think back to when Noah was 10 and I can't even remember. So
Yes.
what does 10 mean? Does she have a phone?
No.
Okay, when does she get a phone?
Well, by the way, some kids.
Max doesn't have a phone yet either.
No.
And how old is Max again?
12.
Okay.
And I'm planning
When
his
does the
bar
phone
mitzvah
happen?
now.
I know you are.
So that is a every single day conversation. The phone situation is so rough because half the kids have a phone.
I have
They
a
usually
6-year-old
get it-
niece that has a phone.
See,
Like they're always on their phones. It's like crazy.
Okay, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because, and then the argument from the
Or
people
an
that want to
iPad. They have
defend
an iPad?
it, they have iPads.
Okay.
So people are like, well, they already have an iPad. What's the
Yeah.
difference? I'm like, well, iPad is not traveling with them day in, day out. They get home, they do their homework, they shower, they do their
Mhm.
whole thing. And if there is time before bedtime, before 9 o'clock, you can watch your iPad. But a phone is a constant distraction
Mhm.
where I'm like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
And I think that they're like, well, they're exposed to social anyway. Like they don't have like TikTok or anything, but they can still see it all, I'm
Yeah.
sure. My thing is like, the more time that they're exposed,
So they're
the
not
more
on social
opportunity.
media. They don't have their own.
No.
Okay, what age does that happen? I have
Well,
so
look,
many
I think-
questions with
I
this
think the
new
UK
age
just-
parenting.
I think UK just banned it till 16. or
Oh,
something like that.
TikTok.
Yeah.
But what
6 years
about
old.
if they wanted an Instagram? What age would you let them do?
I think at least 16.
Okay, and then the phone would probably happen at 16?
I would say 13.
Okay, 13.
I'm gonna allow 13 with no social media, only because I don't know how much longer I can it feels like there's a finish line with this
Yeah.
bar mitzvah. It feels like a finish line at 13. Like you're
Mhm.
an adult,
Mhm.
quote, in this world. And by that time, I think everyone will have one in his class.
Yeah.
I think there's like 50 to 70% who have it already. I'm the holdout. I get in trouble.
It's going to be your life is going to be miserable if he is the guy
who
in
doesn't
the
have
class. If he's the only one that doesn't have a phone.
That's why I
For sure.
feel like all
Although
my-
I know why you're doing it, I
yeah,
respect that you're trying to protect your
yes,
children for as long as you can.
I'm trying.
But at some point, if they're the only one that doesn't have a phone,
I'm not that person. I'm not the no sugar in the house, at
Right.
all. But I think that you and I and our little sorority
Mhm.
in the world of people who are influencers and on TV have a very specific viewpoint of this because we have been victims of social media hate.
Yes, we have.
And because, and I tell this to my kids every day, I have experienced this direct. I don't need you to be exposed to it this
Yeah.
early. Like your brains are so little.
Mhm.
They're like, well, we see it anyway. I'm like, well, no, if you are exposed 1 hour a day versus 8 hours a day, you will likely see more.
Yeah.
You will likely see something horrible. The chances are higher.
No, it's true. And then
so I'm trying
even
to avoid that.
if your name is involved in any kind of clickbait or anything, then they will have I don't know if they're on social media, they're just that information is gonna be
Yes.
is gonna
So
come
the
to
more
them.
time you're on
And
it,
then
the
they're
more
gonna have
available.
questions like, Mom, why is this person talking shit about you?
Uh-huh.
Whatever. And then as no kid wants to hear anything about their mom,
No,
their parents.
no.
And I think that would be really hard and confusing for them because they
So-
look at, we look at our parents like, gods. They're
Yeah.
perfect. They're the most amazing people on the planet. And then the last thing we want is to hear anyone talking
right.
shit about our mom. Or our
Right.
dad.
And we were of an era that none of this existed when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Your parents will always be that, right? No
I
matter
ki-
what.
I
You're
kinda
hidden
love
from that.
that I'm from that era of
Of course.
no social media.
And I want my kids to have that as long as they can.
Yeah.
It's
I
impossible
respect
to
that.
keep it forever.
I
But at
respect it.
this age of absorbing that kind of information, and luckily I feel like there's not really negative out there about me. Thank God. I've worked so hard on that
Yeah.
show to like avoid weird stuff like that. But I did that for them.
Yeah.
Anything was for them because they don't deserve that.
Yeah.
And
agree.
as my son says, I didn't sign up for the show, you did.
Exactly.
That's what he says
Oh,
to
yeah.
me all the
Noelle
time.
tells me the same thing too.
Yes.
Trust me.
So
Switching gears.
Yeah.
Did I see the freaking Matthew McConaughey Super Bowl commercial for Uber Eats that was shot in your house?
wacky, right?
That was the one you were
Yes.
talking about.
Yes. I know.
I was like, wait a minute. Uber Eats, Matthew. And I was like looking, and I think I can kind of tell where they fixed your house. Could you tell?
Yeah, it looks like a different place.
Completely.
As I told you, literally, I'll show you a video. Like, it's so funny because I was posting stories the day of, and all I wrote was like something happening, and then the production called me like, you have to take that down. I was like, oh, I got in trouble.
Wait, who told you?
Like their production texted
what
me.
did you put up? What
I just said like I was like how I do when we film the
when,
Housewives.
you had to take down that they were filming. Like,
yes, I was like, and it was just boarded up. Like
Got it.
you don't see anyone,
right?
So I just something's happening, whatever, and they're like,
they were
you need
literally
to take that
like
down.
the FBI, like you need to take that off there on the
I was
page
like,
immediately.
okay. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it now, but I'm like, it's already out. Like,
it's out now.
Yeah, whatever. It's my house. Like it's my privacy.
Well, we can always say
his.
allegedly. I'm pretty sure
Wait,
I saw
the ticker. I don't know if this is actually
so
true.
many disclaimers.
Yeah, one giant
we can't
disclaimer.
say for sure, but we're pretty sure that the commercial that Matthew was shooting at Crystal's
allegedly
house
Matthew
was shown during the Super Bowl.
Yes. So I know it was like so crazy. Oh my God, Super Bowl.
Yes.
I love Kendrick.
Obsessed. All I want.
So anyone that does not get it, they don't get it.
Yeah.
They don't get
They are literally
the
not
message.
like us. If they
are not like us. They don't get it. Oh my God. Did you see what I posted?
No.
I remember one of my 14. I remember when Kendrick came out with that album.
Yeah.
And Humble came out and I was blasting it. And she's like, oh, is that Kanye West? And I remember like, no. That was my big sign of like, you and I are not supposed to be friends.
You are not my person.
You are
girl.
not my person. Oh my God. And
okay. How about it was
There's so much to talk about today.
You know that his halftime performance was the most watched halftime performance in history, even though some people said they didn't like it or whatever.
Yes, but it was the most watched. I did see that because it's so important to watch.
Yeah.
Yes. People did not understand it.
There was a lot of messages.
A lot.
There was a lot of information to take in. Like even like
Uncle Sam Jackson.
I'm Black, and I was like, wait, what's happening? Like I had to literally go and dissect and be like, oh, okay, I get the symbolism of this and
but
that
you noticed
and whatever.
The opening was Sam Jackson.
Absolutely,
Uncle Sam.
and I freaked out. But at first I was like, oh my God, I was just so excited to see
right, you're just watching.
Samuel Jackson because he's one of my favorite actors. And then I was like, wait.
Yes.
Uncle Sam.
Yes.
Okay. But it was like, then Serena Williams popped up out of nowhere, crip walking. I was like, wait a minute. I just need to like rewind this.
She looked amazing.
Insane.
Yes. And
insane. Like, she looked incredible.
The crip walking's insane.
Do you know how to crip walk?
I have toiled with, is that a word?
Toiled?
I
don't think that's a word. It doesn't feel like toyed. Toyed like Toyed. And how's that going for you?
It's not great. No, I'll tell you something. I think I can
do it a little bit.
I can dance.
I know you can dance. I've seen you dance. And you got good knees.
Yeah, I got good knees.
Yes, I know. I know you can twerk.
Pronovo also tells me I have good knees.
Okay. Thank you.
But crip walking is very hard, and I've tried crip walking since I was
It is hard. I've been
school.
trying to do it since the Super Bowl.
Like, look, I'm West Coast.
Because I feel like I got it. It's like my new twerk.
Super Bowl. Okay, that was a day ago, so you're fine.
Okay, but I'm obsessed with like all I want to do is like crip walk and.
But
like,
I didn't know she was
into every event.
I didn't know she was with Drake.
I didn't either. I'm telling you, I was like, why is everybody making a big deal? I was like, oh, that's so cute. I knew she's from Compton.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's the connection.
I
didn't even
that's deep.
Put in the Drake situation because I didn't know.
Yeah. And did you see that her husband was posting all these things like defending her? Why, because they were like,
because some people were like, why would she do that or whatever? And that was like super petty, whatever.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was everything.
Everything.
Like take Drake out of it. I just love that, her affiliation, like she's from Compton, like the whole, because he brought it felt like all of Compton to the Super Bowl. He had his boys there.
That's right.
It was a moment.
I know. And then Mustard and all of it.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Zoe knows Mustard's kid.
Okay.
So Zoe's watching. She's like, oh, that's Bobo's daddy. And I'm like, You are so LA, right? You have no idea.
Love their lives.
No idea. I
It's
know.
crazy.
You know that.
So here for the flare bottom jeans.
That's the only thing I noticed.
Like,
So I thought I was the only one noticing flare bottoms.
no. My boyfriend was like, because he likes flare bottom jeans.
Oh, really?
He was like, babe, we have to figure out who makes those. And it's Celine, by the way.
Well, they sold out.
They're sold out already.
I saw that this morning. It was some.
Well, of course they are, because when I tell you, if he did a lot of things, but he really wore the hell out of those jeans.
By the way, my favorite thing is, when he was like walking across the stage and he like smiles.
I know.
Like, everything
so
about
good.
that was
I could
so
watch
nuanced.
it like 100 more times.
It's
because
like,
I feel like I'm missing, like I will pick up something else.
Yes.
Because at first I was like, is it like a Compton Squid Games vibe going on?
It's very Squid Games.
It was like a lot to unpack.
But you think about Squid Games, who they murder with messages. By the we can watch it a million times and we'll still miss something and discover something new.
No, it was definitely
brilliant.
A teachable moment. Like I said, even for me, like I'm obviously Black and a part of the culture, and I love hip hop and I love Kendrick Lamar. But I was just like literally like, okay, let me get my pen and paper. Let me make sure I don't miss anything.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I saw on Instagram like a meme, not a meme, but a video of like it said people, well, it was like white people doing research on the Super Bowl before Kendrick's performance. Like, why does Kendrick Lamar hate Drake? Okay.
Like basic.
What does Serena Williams have to do with any of this?
So funny.
And more importantly, why is he wearing flare bottom jeans? It was like the funniest meme.
So Rob didn't really, we call him Hip Hop Rob. I don't know if you like, because
oh, really?
Yeah, I call him Hip Hop Rob. It's been his nickname forever. But
how did he get that name? I have to ask.
My friend Nikki.
I get like hip hop Crystal.
Started, yeah, okay.
But I didn't know Rob was like down with hip hop.
So Rob loves to dance, and he just always gets down.
Does he know how to crip walk?
He attempts.
Oh my God! Stop! I cannot. I need to see that. I was joking. Not
he looks like a white Jewish guy, like crip walking. Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
It's very adorable. But Nikki, who started Chain, that's my friend. He just started. He's just like, oh, that's Hip Hop Rob. So he like coined him Hip Hop Rob. I said it on the show. Now everyone's like calls him Hip Hop Rob.
I love that.
So he knew a little bit about the story, but he didn't really realize the depths of the beef between Drake. And I was like, yeah. So did you know that Drake a couple weeks ago, and I was talking, and of course Max, he's 12, he loves anything rap, everything.
Right.
So we were talking about, Drake sued their label.
I did see that.
Because they're the same label.
Yep.
So he was like, how can you promote on my label a diss track?
Yeah.
Like, and they're, of course they're defending themselves like that was not the intention or whatever. But I mean,
So was he not supposed to sing? Not like us at Super Bowl, because it was like seemed like a big deal that he did perform it. Was like because I thought, I mean, that was my favorite song. I couldn't wait for him to sing that part.
If they only sang that song,
and was he not supposed to say Drake's name? Because he certainly said it.
Yes, he was. I think he was not supposed to.
Ooh,
because they're in this lawsuit, and I think it's like defamation. That's the lawsuit. Oh my God, we have another defamation lawsuit thing to talk about.
I love when he said Kendrick,
but I don't think Kendrick cares.
Well, clearly,
yeah, I don't think he. Yeah,
if giving zero fucks was a person, if fucking around and find out was a person, that's him. I actually saw someone post something on social media. Remember the saying that Michelle Obama said, "When they go low, I go high," or whatever they said. Well, there was something that said, "When they go low, I go Kendrick Lamar." I was like, yes.
By the way, that's what I thought. Like, if you go low, like you're going Kendrick Lamar right now.
Exactly.
By the way, though, it's like the fact that the whole audience is singing A minor is But it's funny because I don't know, my kids sing it and they're like, oh, diss track. They say it like so kind of lightly. I'm like, and they sing all the words, and I'm like, do you guys know? Like, it's funny. Like when I was a kid, I would rap every song. But I have no idea what I'm singing.
Right.
You're just like saying the words. You don't actually absorb. I'm like, are they absorbing what's actually being said? I don't know, but it's probably inappropriate, but I don't care. Like, I love
Yeah,
they need to know
girl,
rap.
there's so
They
many
need to go know West
songs.
Coast rap, my
There's
kids.
like R&B songs, like slow jams that I sang growing up, and I didn't know what it actually meant.
I
It was
know,
like
and it's
meaning
all sex.
the meaning was like completely
Yes.
sexual.
Of course.
And I would be in the backseat
It
of
was
my mom's
sex,
car, like singing to the top of my lungs.
Yeah, that's
of
right.
course.
But they don't even know, and
Yeah.
I don't know, so I'm like, I guess it's fine. But
Yeah.
it's hysterical.
So funny. Wow.
Okay, speaking of, did you see the other lawsuit yesterday?
Which one?
She used to film a show with me.
Oh, let me think. One of your favorite people
my
in the world.
favorite people. This is a housewife pod today.
Woo,
We're gonna get out of it in a second.
Okay, we've been given a lot of disclaimers today, but I guess we can't say that this is not a housewife recap
That's
today
right.
because we have only talked about housewives today.
By the
All
way,
right.
that's how you know Housewives is pop culture.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I don't even watch it, and like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But I get
All the
pushed,
time.
obviously, because Thou Shall Not Be Named is suing the Anesthesiologist Association for defamation for last year's filming of the show. And I guess they had said, she's suing for, pain and loss of wages or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, walk me through this. So what did she say on the show, and what did the association say?
Okay. So apparently,
and who did they say it to? Was this a post? Did they like?
Yeah. So apparently, she's not suing what happened on the show because I don't think you can. She's suing the I think it's ASA, the American Association of Anesthesiologists, or American Anesthesiologist Association, something like that, because they posted something while we were filming, saying that title misappropriation has no place in
because she said that she was an
anesthesiologist, not a nurse anesthetist. However, they never wrote her name. They never actually said what was misappropriated.
Okay.
They just wrote title misappropriation. So it's all generalized. No one was actually named on their page.
Okay.
So she's suing them for defamation.
So how could she do that if they didn't say her name?
I'm not quite sure how this lawsuit's going to go, but nothing was, like, we're not saying anyone's name right now. So like,
no, we're not saying any names.
No, we don't really.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So what happened was, I think she sued them back a month ago, but then
First of all, this happened like what, like a year ago or like 2 years ago?
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder why now?
I know. That's all different speculation why, but I don't think this is. I have to imagine she's suing for damages, which is financial.
Okay.
Which is, whatever.
Okay.
But she posted on her own page or whatever. She blocked me, so I just get pushed it because everyone keeps tagging me.
Oh, she blocked you?
Yeah. Well, so many people block me, whatever. They don't like the truth. They don't like the truth, girl. So she apparently posted.
Love that she blocked you.
By the way,
funny to
I
me.
do too.
You're like, please block me.
Please.
I beg you to block me. Keep me blocked. Don't ever unblock me.
I know.
I love when people like think blocking you is a punishment when you don't fuck with them. You're like, I don't even like you. So blocking me is like, thank you.
I know. You're blocking me.
Because I don't want to look at your page anyway.
I know. I'm like, well, I didn't even follow you. So like, you blog whatever. So apparently from her text was that I was going to never make this public, but because the ASA published it, now I am going to speak out on it. So I guess the ASA then made it public that she sued them, and I think they're countersuing. So she wanted to sue them privately, but she's like, now that you guys made it public, they put her on blast.
So then she had to say something.
Yes. So there's a lot of like, we've seen a lot of lawsuits in the last few months. It's like, if you're going to sue someone, you better have all your receipts together. Yeah. And if you don't,
I feel like it's a big organization to sue too. Like,
it is.
This is like, she got to definitely come with those receipts.
Well, the receipts is out there. I don't know what she's going to do,
but they didn't even say her name. Like,
they did not say her name.
Doesn't feel like, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but it doesn't feel like she has that strong of a case.
Yeah. I mean, no one said her name.
Yeah.
So.
No name. What is, no, I was thinking something my boyfriend always says, no face, no case, but okay. No name.
Okay. This is what I said to you on the phone yesterday. I was like, you have so many sayings. Like I'm like, and I grew up in America. I'm like, I don't have these American sayings. You have.
What did I say? Oh, I was talking about, okay.
But not puns, but you just have like all these sayings. And I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I don't know where you got them. They're so good. I love it. They're all like innuendos or something. Like, I just love them. But anyway, so that happened. Okay, last of the housewives, because this is wacky. I ran into Lisa Rinna.
Whoa!
I know. And I ran into her sometimes. But the time that I ran, like, we had not a good
I'm
exchange.
telling you, the band is gonna get back together. The band is gonna get back together.
Is Rinna, are
So
Rinna
you-
and I in the same band?
Well, same. Well, not the same. Okay, you were in the same band.
Okay, fair. We
You
were in
just
the same
didn't
band.
sing together. Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were on
same-
the
yeah, yeah, we're in the
drums,
same
and
band.
she was like,
Yes.
on the guitar.
Fair.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you ran into Lisa Rinna where?
I flew to Paris.
Oh, you damn sure did. Fly to Paris
I
and
flew to
got your
Paris.
complete life over there. I
That's
need
right.
you to roll it all out for us.
All right. So I flew to Paris for Fashion Week. And let me just say this out
was
loud. This is my
it?
another disclaimer. I am not a fashion girly. I'm not a fashion show girly. That is not my thing. I think people because you're on Beverly Hills, like there are girls that love Fashion Week and fashion and
The
high
whole thing,
fashion.
yeah.
I wear whatever's comfortable.
Yep.
If it's sweater and
Yep.
pants, that's what I'm wearing.
Yep.
But my girlfriend invited me to go with her. She's part of Vogue 100, which is like
what is that?
Vogue club
Vogue
that's started by
100?
Vogue US.
Okay.
And it's only 100 women across the world. And they're part of this sort of invited club. And they go to all these fashion events and whatever.
Ooh.
So like, it's like a thing.
And
And
they only take 100 people.
per year. Yeah.
They won't take 101.
I'm sure someone will get kicked out for you. I'm sure.
I feel like I need to. Like, I'm not, to your point, although I came up in the fashion industry as a model, whatever. And maybe that's why I'm not a huge fashion person, because I've just done it my whole life.
Right.
I just I'm all about personal style, just like what I like. And I really want to be comfortable more than I want to look good half of the time.
100%.
So, yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So
but
it's
continue.
But it's 100 women across the world. I mean, like,
yeah.
These are people who do the fashion trust and do the da-da-da. Like,
Mm.
so my girlfriend loves fashion and she loves couture.
Mm.
So she said, like, I'm going anyway. And I had wanted to go, hadn't been like, I don't know, I've been in Paris like a year and a half or two. So I was like, just.
And your birthday was.
My birthday is Chinese New Year. Like,
go to
let's
Paris
go
for your birthday.
It's a little shopping.
And then I need you to break down the snake stuff.
Okay.
Like what that means.
my
Because
God.
I'm all into like that kind of stuff. So I need to your version of that. Yeah, it's
holy.
And you thought we didn't have anything to talk
I
about
never. I got it. I got chugging fast.
And I still got a surprise. I don't even know we're gonna get to it today at this point, but keep going.
Lord.
Continue,
Okay.
because I gotta hear about Paris and I definitely want to hear about you and Lisa.
Okay. So I get invited. I land at 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
I get to the hotel at 7, and I'm supposed to be at the Plaza Athénée at 7:30. So I'm like getting ready really fast. And I'm FaceTiming with Chanel, who literally, Chanel Ayan,
yes,
whose hotel room is facing my hotel room.
Stop. You guys were in the same hotel?
No.
Or across the street?
Across the street.
Hilarious. And
Yeah.
you guys didn't plan that?
We planned to see each other.
Yeah, of course.
But we didn't plan our hotels. And she's like, oh my God, you're next. So we open the window. We're like,
and
across.
they're like,
yeah.
hi.
So we're
Got
FaceTiming.
it.
I'm doing my makeup. I'm getting ready. I rush off and I walk in. And then my friend Leanne is there and my friend Maria, who invited me.
Yes.
And it was like, grabbed me like, oh my God, Lisa Rinna's here. And we're in a small room and it's a small thing. So they're showing this collection and asked me who the person's name is. I have no idea because it's couture
Right, you're not a
fashion.
fashion person.
Yeah, unless it's like Chanel. Like, I don't really know these people.
No, I get it.
Nonetheless, over the top.
Yeah.
Plaza Athénée's over the top hotel. And I walk in, it's very small. So it's like a cocktail hour. And then we're supposed to go to the sit down dinner with a surprise fashion show. I say surprise because
So you're not going to be able to not acknowledge the fact that Lisa's in the room because.
Maybe 40 people.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, Britta's here. I'm like, oh. So I won't go into detail because it was very nice thing. And
so it was a nice exchange. We don't need the details.
Very
but
nice
it was,
exchange.
Okay, who came
But I tell you, we walked
how
into
did you guys
it-
connect? Oh, in the small room. Give us something
Yeah,
without
yeah, yeah.
giving us, everything.
Well, let me just prep. We walked in with it not expecting to be a good exchange. I will say that.
Right.
We were not in a good place.
Because you guys were for sure not in a good place.
We were not in a good
Like
place.
if you guys ran into each other in Beverly Hills, you guys would not speak probably.
No, it was not good.
Oh,
But
shit.
she wanted to make it good. And I appreciate that. She came
Look
right
at
up to me.
God. Won't he do it?
She came up right up to me.
Just beeline straight to you.
Yes.
I love it. She
So
was
they-
like, enough. Let's
Yes.
have this conversation.
And she's
And
like,
you're like, what's happening?
yes.
Okay.
And her intention was very much like, let's have a good time together.
Yeah.
And I'm
So she squashed it.
I'm very soft. I walk up like tough and I'm like, okay, thank God. So it was actually very cathartic. She, expressed a lot of stuff, a lot of, apologies. I apologize for all the stuff we said. It
I
was
love
all
this.
under
I
the veil
love
of
this.
negative housewife energy
Yeah.
that like we would have never been like that. And I had met
Well,
her.
neither one of you are on the show anymore. So if there was a beef that was a part of that,
That's right.
let that shit go.
That's right.
You
That's
know what
right.
I'm
And we were
saying?
just like, and we actually went on vacation after my first season. No one knows that
Oh,
because we went with mutual friends,
okay.
but it hadn't aired yet. So we filmed and we said like over 3 years, you and I never had beef. Like we never ever fought once. But the show energy creates this sort of like
Yeah.
animosity because like whose team are you on and da-da. And it's like at the end of the day, we're like, we're both not on. Like let's
And the
move
show can like make things bigger than what they are in real life.
100%.
The show can blow some shit up.
That's right. So I'm like, let's move forward.
Yeah.
Knowing that we never had any problems.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. Like,
Mhm.
like we were all skiing together with our friends and we talked about our friends and we were just like, and she's like, I just respect Rob so much and I love him. I was like, I love Harry. Like, I think this is amazing.
He's
and like,
so funny, Harry.
and something we connect is we always so protective of our husbands and our kids and da-da-da. So it ended up being so nice. It was like 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I love that. I love that. Look at you.
I know.
That was some nice closure you got.
I had my little
That's
Cynthia
good.
in my mind
Listen,
helping me through.
But there's like a shift happening. Like I really feel like, well, I don't want to get too deep, but I feel like in your life specifically, like you're in transition, like things are just changing. Like you're just I just love how you're just moving toward different things and you're like not operating from a place of fear with some of the stuff that was like kind of scary for you before.
Yes. I'm trying to feel less scared, but I have you in my head helping me.
Yeah, like I'm definitely sitting on your shoulder at all times going, bitch, be great.
You are.
Bitch, be great.
Because my initial reaction is seizing up, fear, scared, childish, da-da-da thing.
Nope.
And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm a grown-ass adult.
Yes.
And I cannot hide being the younger one in the room and the kid. I'm like, no, like I've done just as much. So like that's
Put
me.
some respect on your name.
Thank you. But it's also like taking responsibility.
Kong motherfucking Minko. Okay.
You were very helpful to me that night.
Well, that makes me happy.
Every day, obviously. But like I was like, okay, so and it was great and it was so nice and I appreciate it.
Didn't it feel like
yes. And I also said like all the things that I've said or done, I'm sorry. Like I
love you for that.
Yeah, like I take total responsibility.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, as much as I want to like blame the show experience, it's like I have to be responsible for what I do and say.
Yes.
And what I don't say and don't, and I'm like, that's on me. And it was really nice. We text each other after.
I love that.
So nice. Oh, it's like, I just need peace in my life. So that was really good.
Choose peace.
Yes. So I really love that.
Choose peace.
And that's, you asked about the Year of the Snake.
Yes.
So I saw her, this was New Year's Eve, Chinese New Year's Eve. We call it New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And
you did a party on Beverly Hills about this.
I
saw a bunch of stuff
finale.
online.
Yeah.
And it was, okay, keep going.
So I did the finale for my first season, which is, newbies never do finales.
I know, that's big.
But they had never done something like that, Chinese New Year or anything like Asian.
I love it.
And, which is so odd because these girls are very, very well-traveled, my cast.
Yeah.
No one had ever been to a Chinese New Year celebration, ever celebrated it. So it was such a big deal for me because I'm like, okay, I'm going to, and I asked everybody, and I think I said this.
Your culture.
I asked everyone on the cast.
Yeah.
Do not disrespect this night.
This is where you don't play in my face.
And they were so great.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So this was the night before New Year's, and it's the Year of the Snake. My mom is a snake, and think about a snake.
Wait, what do you mean your mom is a snake? So you're the snake. How did your mom get to be a snake? Like, I don't
So everyone has their zodiac.
Oh, she's a snake.
She's a snake.
What am I? I am a.
Rabbit?
I knew
what
this.
Are you?
I'm a. How do I figure out what I am? I'm, okay, February 19th.
No. Year.
Okay, year. 1967. Thank God I'm open about my age. So I just put it out there.
Oh, you're a sheep.
That's
my dad's sheep. Yeah, you're sheep.
What are you?
I'm a dog.
You're a dog.
Yeah, sheep. Sheep is most beautiful, they say.
Well,
yeah,
I receive
beautiful.
I receive.
Yes.
Okay. Keep going. So this is the Year of the Snake, which means what exactly?
The snake is shedding. Think about a snake. You shed your skin.
That is
and
so
you are in
you.
Constant,
that is so us.
I know. renewal.
Renewal. Oh my God.
Yes, and it is not a coincidence. It was not a coincidence. And it's not like she's the one person I needed. Like, I don't think about Rinna and she doesn't think about me. It
No,
wasn't
but you
like
don't
that.
want just unnecessary smoke with someone who,
Yes.
like, it's
In my
okay
life.
for you guys not to be friends, but it's not okay to be enemies for
That's
no
right.
reason.
For no reason.
Like, it's like, come
And
on.
I think that was
Yeah.
our thing. It was like, there's no
Like,
reason.
why are we even carrying this?
That's right.
These ill feelings.
So
Let it go.
I just think that was such a great indicative moment for me of like shedding.
Yes.
We needed to shed.
Yes.
So, and she needed to shed, and she was like, oh, I feel so relieved.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel relieved.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah. So I think that's what this year is about.
It is.
And it's growth and it's renewal, recreation, right?
Mhm.
Starting
Reinvention.
reinvention, starting
Reinvention.
fresh.
Yes. New
So
beginnings. Transformation.
transformation. Yeah.
Reinvention. And speaking of reinvention, guess
What?
what I have? You guys asked, and I have delivered. Thank you, Gail Hudson. Here we go. Yes, wig.
Girl.
Look at that body. Okay.
I mean,
And you asked for purple.
let me tell you, you are Oprah. Talk about transition, reinvention. I am going to be a new woman.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy balls.
You're the snake, honey, and you're about to reinvent.
Wait.
Now, it is a side part, and you are a side part girl, but
Sidebar queen.
because you wanted purple, I let you get away with the side part.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
Here, touch it. It's so...
Oh my, this is
like
real.
Yes, girl. This
Holy.
is not from Party City. This is not part. This is a real ass wig.
But look at that ombre.
And I have to shout out Gail Hudson, who has been one of
Gail.
my long time hairdressers from Housewives. She's a really, really successful hairdresser in Atlanta. She watches our podcast. We love you, Gail. And she's
This
like,
is
I want to
gorgeous.
make Crystal's wig. It smells good too.
This is, oh my God.
Right? This is good. I feel like
gorgeous.
Zoe's going to want to take this wig later.
She takes everything.
I'm
my
telling you.
God.
So you guys, I was going to install this wig myself on Crystal Meekoff's head, prison braids and all first to make sure it is nice and flat. I have to cut the lace still. I even had the scissors
All right.
right here to cut. But
Coming up.
because we just had so much to unpack today, we did not get to it today, but I've seen you guys in the comments, and I just wanted to let you guys know that it's coming. It is coming.
This is exciting.
And we'll do it on the next episode.
I'm dying. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Holy. Do I need to come with my hair a certain way?
Well, I was going to braid it. I was going to sit your butt in front of me on the floor.
All right.
And braid you up.
All right.
Because I want to walk our supporters through the entire process.
Okay, I love it.
Because this wig game, like, you're about to join a very specific community.
I'm very excited.
Okay, the wig community, we don't play. And I want to walk everyone through exactly what the process is. Because a lot of people have questions because everyone isn't like a wig person.
Sign me up. I'm
signed, sealed,
obsessed.
and delivered, honey.
I can't wait.
Humble brag.
I know. I'm like, I'm so shocked. I'm so excited. I've been waiting forever. I can't believe this is here.
It's here. It has arrived.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I don't have a humble brag today. I think I just want to send more prayers to Teddi Mellencamp today from Humble.
That's from both of us. There's no bragging
from
today.
Crystal and I. We are rooting for you, Teddi. We are praying for you.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I am so sad and so sorry that that Teddi and her family is going through this. Like, it really does just make you appreciate life and just not take your health for granted. And I feel like there's so many things to learn from this. And I really want to encourage you guys to make sure you continue to get yourself checked out. If you guys could do that pre-nouveau thing, like if anybody could give you anything you want for Christmas, tell them to start a little GoFundMe and put it towards that, because there is so much peace in just knowing that you're okay. And like, a year seems so quick, but it can all change like year after year.
Yeah.
Like, so it's something that I just think is important. So we love you, Teddi, and
let's embrace her and send her our best wishes. Hopefully by next week we'll have some really good news for her.
Yes, God.
And I think everyone, from what I've seen, is just really trying to lift her up, and that makes me really happy.
As they should.
Because this is where this world can be toxic, but this is real life stuff now.
This is real life.
And I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you.
And I wish your health is great. I know it's been your thing, and let's pray for her and her family, and for everyone out there listening. Take care of yourself.
Yes. Health is wealth. Like,
Yes.
truly, there I go with my things you say, I always
Health
have,
is wealth.
like, a little thing to
Yeah,
say.
your little nuggets.
Cynthia-ism.
Yours are the others.
Even though I didn't make that up, but health is truly wealth, and, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Just take care of yourself and, pour into yourself. Like, I feel like life is so busy lifing that we sometimes do take our health for granted,
that's right.
so don't do that.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Mwah.